Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Knowledge Before Knacks. If you guys don't already know, my name is Alicia. I would consider you like, share, and subscribe, and leave a positive comment if you can. And we're just gonna jump right into it. Originally, I was going to do a video on not zodiac signs, like the major arcana of tarot, what that looks like, and the minor arcana, what the cards and stuff look like, and some of the spreads you can use. But my brain is like shot today. I just got in one of the biggest fights I've ever had with my dad, and I don't think we'd be talking again for a long time, if ever again. But I still gotta come on here. I still gotta make content, which is really hard because every bone in my body did not want to get on this channel today and do anything because, like, shit hurts, and, like, it's not like I realized before that my dad didn't really support me in anything, but today was, like, a big eye-opener that no matter what I did, no matter what I asked my dad for, he was not there for me. And I'm 24 now, realizing that, and I know everybody has their own shit going on in the world today, I get that, but I think it's the growing pains of maturity and the growing pains of really, like, separating myself from all the toxicity I've been through really hurts because it's family. It's not like somebody I just met and I can just cut off if I realize they're toxic. It's family. It's like just really hard. Like, my dad was supposed to be the one to shape me, mold me, and teach me and protect me, and he hasn't done that, and he still won't do that, and it's really hard, and there's no reasoning with this guy, and parts of me feels embarrassed because even though I believe I handled that a whole lot better than what I would have, I still was angry at him. And I think that's the guilt, is that I was never taught to be like that. Any emotion was good unless you were happy, but that's negative in its sense. But yeah, my emotions are like, they've subsided since I've had a couple hours to kind of debrief and cry a little bit and detox. But I mean, my brain is just it's just exploded. Like, I'm like, damn, like, I'm out here 24 by myself, no protection really, nobody to look out for me, nobody to help me with the simple things in my life. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, there's people out here, but it's like breaking out of that comfort zone of trusting people more. But right now I'm in a place where I don't know who to trust, so there's that. And the people that I still want to help me, it's just been hard, and I've been very good at hiding how difficult my life is my entire life. And I guess that's what this video is gonna be about to get today, depending on how long it's gonna be. It's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to kind of like let people know that you're not okay. I don't know if everybody needs to know my fucking business though, but yeah, y'all, I'm not feeling it today. But I do want to stay consistent, so I'm like, if I gotta put out something, I gotta put out something. Like I said, I had a couple of hours to kind of like be to myself and debrief, but I'm telling you, like, this is not easy because every excuse in the book was reeling through my head before I turned this video on. Like, oh my gosh, it's okay, like, you gotta give yourself time to grieve and yourself time to process and all of this stuff. But I'm like, not at the cost of my dreams, if that makes sense. I put myself first, and I didn't just hop into making this video. I made sure that I dealt with some emotions beforehand, and as soon as I get done with this after, I think I'm going to process some more. But yeah, I think I just want to raise awareness that it's not always peaches and cream when people get on in these platforms. And, of course, there has to be a level of professionalism when you're on these platforms because you are an influence to people, whether you realize it or not. But it's also like, yo, dude, I'm human. And there are days, like these past couple of days, I just was like, man, like I decided to set out for my dream and everything. Sorry, that's one of my roommates. But uh I went to go and set out for my dreams, and some people were supportive, some other people were like, you're crazy, you shouldn't do that. But I'm like, I've been listening to people telling me I should and shouldn't do things my entire life and have been miserable because of it. I just was like, dang, like I know things were going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard straight out the gate. And I had to deal with some of the stuff that I've had to deal with these past couple of days. It was just like boom, 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 boom. And I was like, goodness gracious, you trying to knock me out before I get out of the gate? Like, damn. Like, entrepreneurship is hard, and it's not necessarily about making sales right now that I'm worried about because I know my stuff will sell. It's just getting on here and doing the teaching part, showing up for my community and doing things that'll support the future community. And I'm like, man, to set a foundation seemingly by yourself is hard. And I say seemingly because I do have ancestors, I do have spiritual guides, I am finding that soul family, and I'm learning to open up and trust more and take risks and come up with strategies and think on my feet but wisely. But it's like, damn, and like it's really testing my faith here because I've had faith for a lot of things, but I mean it's getting tested a lot now. And I'm like, dang, man, like I appreciate being deemed as one of the strong soldiers in the soul tribe, but I'm like, damn, like I was not expecting this many obstacles this fast. But I also think I need to get out of that mindset because I'm like, if you do anything against the grain of a majority, you're going to get burned for that because people ostracize and make fun of and downplay and try to disrupt what they don't understand, aren't willing to understand, and don't even have the guts or the goal to take the risks that you are. And I've had to learn that the hard way. And I think today what shocked me the most was that I stood up for myself. And it's not like it's a heart aching, like, oh my God, like, I just yelled at my father and set a boundary. I may never speak to him. I kind of already had that feeling, but I think it's just that shocking, like that shell shock of like, you're not putting up with this anymore. And that's a different mindset to get into, especially when you've been a doormat for people for so long, a people pleaser for so long, being abused for so long. Like it's ridiculous. And just how noticing in these past like couple of hours what my usual routine would be, and how I've set myself up to be in the position I am in right now because of my old habits, and daily trying to make efforts to change them is really hard, especially when you don't have a lot of people willing to do that same work themselves. And I know I'll find my soul tribe. I think I already have. It's just, relationships take a long time to develop. So, being patient in that and then doing everything I can to put my best foot forward in these next chapters of my life here. And really trusting in what I believe in doing. Like, I know it's not going to be easy, but it's preparing myself for the best outcome and trying not to have hard feelings about what happens next. In my life thus far, it's just like, man, I'm just in shock right now because I honestly can't believe I stood up for myself in the way that I did with my dad. And I was like, damn, like, a lot of people who think they know me or like, oh my gosh, like, is it something wrong with you? Like, people think that I have changed. And I'm like, yes, but not in the way you think. I didn't switch up on anybody just to be mean or deceptive. I'm like, no, this has always been here. I'm just sick and tired of making everybody's lives easier by making mine more difficult by not saying anything and being truly authentic to who I am. And if that clashes with people, it clashes with people. I mean, it's clashed with my family, especially my parents, because as I mentioned in videos previous, I was raised to be the exact same as all my siblings, and they can attest to that. So like my early 20s is literally trying to figure out who I was, because for about 21 years, almost 22 years of my life, I was stuck in being whoever my parents fashioned me to be. And even then, it wasn't a complete person. It was a multifaceted, like, I don't know, hobgoblin of a thing. And I did not like it. So these past 3.5, almost 4 years now, I've been trying to break out of that cycle. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, you make it look so easy. I'm like, no, you haven't been there. You haven't been there. During the nights I've cried myself to sleep, where I've broken things, where I've screamed my head off, where I've gone through total bouts of depression, wanting to unalive myself, and I almost did. Going through a mental health facility, trying to get my life back together. And a lot of people look down on that because they're like, oh my God, you're going to the loony bin to get yourself together. And then, like they said, I wasn't even supposed to be there. They were just trying to get me on meds. And I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, seriously, your whole goal is to put people in society on meds so they can shut up about how they feel. A lot of the pressures, if not from family and close friends, is from society itself. So I find that hella stupid, which is why I'm glad I only spent a week there, because I had my eyes open to a lot of things. And I was like, hell no, this is not the way I want to live. I'm not going to be medicated for the rest of my life. And that's not to say that medicine doesn't work. I'm just saying the meds that they gave me, or at least tried to give me, and the people that I was around, they did not care about my well-being. It was just another paycheck to most of them. And I was like, damn, that's tragic. And I've realized in my life, especially today, I've surrounded myself with people who are okay with being stagnant. And my dad is one of them. I'm like, look, man, whatever floats your boat, because it's your boat. Sink or swim, it's your boat. Like, I have no business being in it. You're not going to drag me into your shit. You know, I've chosen to better myself in the way I see fit. And if you don't support that, just say that instead of hammer me with excuses, because I can't stand people who do that. Instead of telling me straight up what's going on, you like riddle me with excuses and hope to God, because I'm such a nice person, I will understand. I can't stand that shit. I just cannot stand that shit. It pisses me off. I'm just like, don't insult my intelligence. Like, speak to me like a normal person, I will treat you like a normal person. But if you want to act shady, or you want to act like you can't communicate, bro, don't even get me started. I'm gonna get heated, and we will be on here for like 2 hours talking about that shit, because I cannot stand it. Like, being manipulated and being put down because people don't want to change or don't see themselves as capable of change pisses me off. I'm like, why attack somebody you aren't even willing to put forth the effort to become? Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you're so miserable with your life, you're gonna put everybody else down so they can stay in your comfort level so you don't change? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I get change is scary, like, that shit is scary, but I'd rather take the risk and say that I did it than sit around being scared my whole life and not go for what I want to go for. Like, I just can't do it. I've done it for so long, and so now I'm like, I'm putting everything that I've got into this, because this is all I have, basically. This is all I have, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Like, of course you can't tell that to a narcissist, but you know, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I just wanted to come on here and say that I am so sorry for delaying your video again. because it took me forever to do the Origins of Tarot video, but I'm like, y'all, my brain is shot, but I gotta give y'all something, because consistency is what I'm trying to build right now. I need to be on here and be proactive, and like I said, interact with y'all at least once a day, because I'm trying to stay consistent, no matter what the circumstance is. And I guess that's the workaholic in me sometimes, because I'm like, if I'm not like in an emergency situation, I will do whatever I can to be there. And it's not to impress you guys. Like, I know you guys are my audience, but I'm like, I'm here for me right now. I see myself doing very, very good in this business, and I'm like, I better start putting forth that effort then. So yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to come on here and tell y'all, that I am so sorry. That video will be up as soon as possible. And I'm going through that book, and that book is so hard to read because it's from 1910, published in republished in like 1992. So I'm literally reading 1910 language and having to decipher it and then break that down even further so you guys can understand it. So I'm like, man, it's taken its toll. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to get through all of those arcanas, and as soon as possible. It's just, with the knowledge I know, I want to back that up by real information. So I want to give you guys quality content, but it's taken a minute, especially after what happened today. So yeah, I'm going to probably call it there. You can like this video, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I mean, if you want to share it to people that you may find that this helps, that is totally awesome. Like, I would appreciate it, but you do not have to. With this specific video, I'm just venting, really, because I have no one to vent to, because right now I'm just like, damn, like, this is a lot. Like, it's a good thing, though, because that means I'm transitioning. It's a good thing that, I found this out now, so I'm not like 15, 20 years in my career still carrying baggage from 20 years ago. It's crazy that I'm 24 and I still got baggage from 20 years ago. That's insane. That is insane. So, yeah. I think I'm going to end that there. Again, like I said, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you feel like it. And I will get back to regular content as soon as I possibly can. And I will see you guys in the next video.